Welcome everybody to another episode of Latifs Inspired. I made a video on a small batch of base gravy and you guys absolutely loved it on my Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram and the TikTok. And you're giving me some messages what you'd like to see next. Obviously I've got some leftover base gravy. Now I had a few requests for chicken vindaloo, and since I cooked a madras I thought, you know what, let me make a vindaloo. It's going to be a little bit more hotter. I fancy a vindaloo to get me ready for the winter. So this is going to be a chicken vindaloo, guys, and I'm going to show you a secret tips and tricks to make it better than restaurants, and I'll put a stamp of approval on that. Just adding that little ingredient, it just takes it to a next level. So if you enjoy what I do, I appreciate like, share and subscribe. And I'm reading these comments, you're messaging from all over the world, and it's quite humbling. A small little channel started in the UK and I've got so many viewers from Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, USA's. I can't believe how many people enjoy the curries in the USA. So all I want to say, thank you very much, thanks for supporting, and let's hit 1 million, guys. Let's go, let's cook. Amazing home chefs. So this is the leftover base gravy. I hope you enjoyed that video. Now look at our organic tomatoes from the garden. Beautiful, eh? These are store-bought organic green chilies. Wow, look at that. And the darker ones are like the purple color. In Bengali we call it Krishna Moris. Chicken. Guys, I've got this duck. Got some family coming over. I'm going to be cooking this. So if you want to see this recipe, put it on the comment section. I'll make a quick little video for you guys. Duck is amazing. Now let's make this beautiful dish. So for the vindaloo, we're going to be using this one breast. This is about 350 grams. That's the fillet piece. Just leave it as it is. I'll cut the chicken. Big pieces of chicken is always nice. So I'm cutting it ideally about 2 inches cubed. Some are bigger, but bigger the better. That's the ideal one. This piece is too big, so beautiful. 1, 2, 10 pieces. Plenty of chicken. Now I'm keeping this chicken breast for our next recipe. I'm thinking of a do piazza, guys. I really enjoy do piazza, and I've got a nice green pepper to make the do piazza. Let me know on the comment section and I'll possibly make a chicken do piazza with the leftover base gravy. So the chicken's cut into amazing pieces. So I have washed it, and now I'm going to put the spices in to marinate the chicken to cook the pre-cooked chicken for the vindaloo. Salt, season it with a teaspoon of salt. Kashmiri chili powder, good 1 teaspoon. It's vindaloo, so I want nice color and amazing flavors, obviously. Ground turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon. Beautiful. And drizzle about 1 or 2 tablespoons of oil just to marry up everything together. Now let's give this chicken a mix. So I've thoroughly mixed it. It's taken me a good few minutes to mix this, but look at the color. All that spices and the salt should penetrate into this chicken. Now leave this ideally in the fridge for a good 30 minutes and then start cooking. I just want to say, guys, I've cut 2 potatoes up. Now vindaloo, traditional in Indian restaurants, served with potatoes. So just going to boil some water. Bismillah. Potatoes, this is the size, so I've just cut 2 potatoes in halves. So I'm going to boil this. This is cold water, so give it about 20 minutes. That should be cooked. So in the meantime, we're going to pre-cook the chicken in this pan. Turn the gas on. Bismillah. I'm going to need 1 cup of oil. Check out my mum's spoon. Look at that. This is proper, used for years. This spoon is as old as me. I love using her utensils. It just reminds me, it's just nostalgia, and I love cooking with it as well. So the oil's nice and hot, and look at that marinated chicken. Beautiful, eh? Let's whack that in the oil. Bismillah. We're going to cook this for 6 to 8 minutes, guys. Beautiful. Chicken's been cooking for about a good 4 minutes. There you go. Let's flip it. Look at that colour on that. Beautiful, eh? See how I just left it alone so it's not stuck to the pan, and it was good hot oil as well. So when you cook it for about a good 8 minutes and then you finish it off in the curry, it's not going to be overcooked. It's going to be nice, tender, soft and juicy. Beautiful. So 4 minutes one side and now 4 minutes on the other. Gorgeous. Amazing home chefs. Just look at that chicken. That's been cooking for a good 8 minutes. Potatoes come to a nice boil. Now let's take the chicken out. Look at that. Wonderful. Amazing home chefs. Look at that. Now this is a huge portion. You're not going to get this at restaurants. So you're going to need to come to my house. Look at that. Amazing chicken. This is going to be cooked wonderful. Now let's put this aside and start making the vindaloo. Beautiful, eh? Now let's transfer the oil. And I'm going to cook the vindaloo and use this amazing chicken flavors as well. Now let's cook the actual vindaloo. My cooking station's ready, just like the restaurant. So my garlic, my ginger, kasuri methi, salt. I'm using tomato puree. I've run out of my homemade tomato puree. This is my homemade garam masala, spices, and the beautiful golden goodness, the base gravy. Potatoes nearly ready. Now let's make the vindaloo. So the gas is on, put it to a high. I love ghee, guys. I'm not sponsored by these guys, but if I was, I would wear that on my heart. So 3 tablespoons of ghee. My favorite wooden spoon. This is also my mom's. This is as old as me. Now to start off with, some garlic. About a teaspoon of garlic. Ginger, about a teaspoon of ginger. Now, base gravy has salt, so a pinch of salt. Kasuri methi, a good teaspoon. Make sure the gas is at a low. So when the ginger and garlic is nicely coloured, we're going to add the amazing spices. Ground turmeric powder, about a quarter teaspoon. Madras curry powder, about 1 teaspoon. Coriander powder, about a quarter teaspoon. Now this is cumin powder, a quarter teaspoon. I'm using Kashmiri chilies, guys, so this is going to be nice and spicy. So 1, 2, 3, 4 good teaspoons. If you like it more spicy, you can add 6 teaspoons. Tomato puree, good 1 tablespoon. Give this all a mix. Some restaurants, when you go to Vindaloo, can be too spicy. So I always say 4 teaspoons is fine. Now I put the kettle on, and I don't want the spice to burn, but when you hit the spice hits the oil, this is a technique that you need to master. Just a few seconds, put some water in. This is going to be a proper Vindaloo, guys. This deglazes the pan. Beautiful. Now I'm going to put the flame to a high and let all these spices cook. Just basically, this is when you're boonering the spices. Wonderful. I'm going to let the oil separate, and once that happens, we're going to go to the next process. So it's been a few minutes that I put the water in, so the spice is nice and cooked. Look at that, the ghee, the separation has happened. So I've cooked this on a high gas, 3 to 5 minutes, then you should get that separation. Potatoes are nice and soft now. And let's go to the next process. Secret ingredient, guys, I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar. So when you're cooking a Vindaloo, it's the vinegar which was the original flavour. So that's going to have a nice little tangy taste, which is going to lift that spice. It's going to lift this dish to a next level. When you have hot dishes and you have that little bit of sour note, it just uplifts the dish. So the pre-cooked chicken goes in. Wonderful, and all its juices. Beautiful. Those boiled potatoes go in. Wonderful. By the way, these are Maris Piper potatoes, so they're going to just be that breaking away, fluffy, floury. It's going to be wonderful. Give this a nice little mix. I just need to show this off actually. Wow, blimmin' gorgeous. This is British Indian restaurant type of curries, and you're getting the top secret recipe from me. I've been cooking this all my life, and I'll tell you what, if you cook it like this British Indian restaurant style, you're going to be in for a treat. I'm not a big Vindaloo fan, however, with that sharp vinegar taste and that chicken and those chili powder, the Kashmiri chili powder, this is blimmin' marvelous. Believe you me. I hope I've done this justice. I mean, everything's looking wonderful, and if you follow this recipe how I've made it, you're going to have the best Vindaloo ever. Now the golden goodness. This is the small batch of base gravy that I made from that video, so it does the business. So for one portion I always use about 500 mils of base gravy. There you go. Then I reduce it down to a desired thickness. Wonderful. Now crank up the heat to a high. Now we cook the chicken for about 8 minutes in the oil, and now we're going to finish it off. Potatoes are cooked and the chicken just needs to be cooked, and we want the separation of the oil, and we want this Vindaloo to become nice and thick. So let's be a bit patient, and it's on a high heat, so let it simmer. Curry's bubbling away, and now this is when you get a messy cooker. So make sure you got a lid. If you don't have a lid, get a foil paper or something and just whack it on top. I need the sauce to become a custard consistency, and when that happens, that's when it's ideal, and I want a separation of the oil as well. So make sure you watch till the end. If you enjoy what I do, please like, share and subscribe. And I've been reading all those comments. Let me know where you're messaging from, which country. I'm so surprised this is reaching up to, you know, New Zealand, South Africa. This is unbelievable. Fantastic. Thank you very much for all the support. Right, this dish has been simmering away for a good about 10-12 minutes since I've added the base gravy. Let me lower the gas. before it starts spitting at me. Wow, lovely separation of the oil. This is fantastic. Wow, this is a proper curry, guys. Now I've reduced the gas to the lowest, as you can see. Fantastic, proper thick custard consistency. This is going to be so temperature wise hot as well as spicy. Now the finishing touches. Kasuri dried methi. Fantastic. Homemade garam masala, just for a bit of fragrance. This is amazing. Coriander. Picture perfect. Voila. So on the lowest gas, I'm going to just let it sit there for 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it off and serve it. Beautiful. Chicken Vindaloo. Now let's serve this amazing Vindaloo with some steamed rice. Look at that. Steaming away. Beautiful. There you go. Chicken Vindaloo in all its glory. If you've enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay with me for me to taste this amazing dish for you guys. I'll just let you admire this. Wow, cooking can be exhausting. Now, I mean, just look at the depth of colour. This is a proper Vindaloo. When you go to the Indian restaurants and they serve it with the potatoes and the chicken, and I put that vinegar, it just gives it that sharp taste. It's gorgeous. Now let's go in with a bit of rice. The chicken, proper Vindaloo, guys. It's still steaming away. Beautiful. Now, Bismillah. This will get your sweat on, and when in the cold weather, eating a Vindaloo is going to help you generate internal heat. I'm going to have to show you the potato. Wow. Just almost holding its shape. I can just have the potato and the Vindaloo sauce on its own. Wow. Guys, if you enjoy what I do, I appreciate a like, share and a subscribe. Please go in the comment section, build a report with me. I do read them. I try messaging them back as well. So on the first day or two, I love responding because I want to see the feedback. And when you cook it and give me feedback, it touches my heart and soul. Believe you me, it's hard work making these videos, but if you appreciate it and if it's meaningful and if it's helpful for you guys, I'll make more videos. See you soon for the next one. Chicken cooked to perfection.